Yeah, so I started to think of the West End as an opportunity to share the strong relationships between the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people, as I felt it was really important to identify that all three of us, um, that our people have been here, and in the West End, it I started to envision that there was this past time when our people would gather medicines and shellfish. They would meet together. And so the West End really became an opportunity for me to look in the past and also to look in the present day, that all three nations, we are all still working together very, very strongly, and we're building stronger relationships. I designed Cedar Mother as a way to signify the commonality of the use of red cedar, and how all three of our people made longhouses, carved canoes, carved artwork, weave baskets. Another part of the weaving that I thought of was cedar roots. I had heard from my great aunt Jerry Sparrow that she would collect cedar roots in Stanley Park with her mother, and it was a very important event in going out. And being in Stanley Park, it looked much different, she said. It was also very special, as it was working together. It was collecting these cedar roots and to make these beautiful cedar baskets. So the project really, for me, started to evolve into more of a symbolic sculpture of Cedar Mother, and that would include the different elements. So the shellfish, the water, the English Bay, thinking of the waterways, thinking of salmon, which I also felt was very important to include, as it's a strong connection and a very important part of the Coast Salish people. It's a part of our life, in our food source, as a way to celebrate, and as a way to pass on teachings. As I come from a family of fishermen, I'm a fourth generation fisherwoman, very proud of that. And so then it moved into the medicines. So I mentioned that medicines were collected, here in Stanley Park and on the west side at one time. And medicine can still be collected today in Stanley Park. So the medicine elements really started to form in my work. I also thought of animals. I thought of beautiful hummingbirds, as nature is also very important. And I just really felt that the red cedar of Cedar Mother really symbolized everything and could capture that in this beautiful sculpture, but could really tell a story with other stories all weaved in this piece, as a way to celebrate, as a way to acknowledge the three nations, as a way to signify and mark our existence here. We're still here. We've always been here. And it's very important that we start to see more artwork. We start to hear more stories that are, weaved into these pieces, whether they be cedar baskets, or they're wool weavings, or they're beautiful carvings, or they're, jewelry and things like that. That I think it's really important that the city of Vancouver really starts to see the importance of having artwork, not only as markers, as house posts and beautiful weavings, but also to have these structures that are going up, and buildings, and these new infrastructures of different communities that are starting to pop up, that we see Coast Salish art being shared in a way that's respectful, but it's also very visible, because I think the most important part of Coast Salish people and non-First Nations people here, let's just say in Vancouver, is that there's visibility. And I think that also creates the opportunity for us to start sharing conversation, asking questions, and learning new things as a way of building stronger relationships here on the West End and within Metro Vancouver.